morning, everyone. I'm Liz.
I'm Karen. Good morning.
And we're here to do our pumpkin gnome crafts. So, in your little gift packets, you should have received in your bag the template, a piece of fabric, a pumpkin, some twine, a little wooden button, some batting, and we call it a little poker stick. So the first thing you guys are going to do is you're going to trace the fabric and cut it out with the template. So you see I've done that, I've pre-done that over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold it backwards like so. We're going to have our glue gun is heated. If you have fusing tape at home, you can also use that. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put a nice thin line of hot glue along the very edge of the fabric. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to fold over straight edges, and you'll just press down lightly and you'll give it a minute to dry. Pull away any little things, little glue strands. It usually only takes about a minute or two to dry. After it's dry, what you're going to do is you're going to reverse it. And here's where our little magic poker wand comes in handy. And you're just going to kind of push it out, because you see how the top of the dome of the little gnome hat, dome of the gnome, gets a little stuck there. So once we do that, you're going to take your, I just got to get a little bit more from that point.
Guys, I'm really sorry. I'm still trying to cut out the gnome hat. So we could just slow down.
Well, I should have said this in the beginning. We also don't expect you to do this alongside of us, because then sometimes you'll miss what we're doing as we're recording it.
Okay.
We're recording it for YouTube channel, so you can tune into it. Okay.
Okay.
The next thing you're going to do is you're going to stick your batting into the hat. And kind of put it off the side. If you start and you want to keep going, go ahead, but again, this is really more the demo so that you can tune in later. So there you have your little head. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, because we're going to glue this onto our pumpkins last, actually. And what you'll do also, this is a little big for this little pumpkin, so you'll trim accordingly. And you can make your hat a little smaller if you want with the fabric, so you can measure that out as well. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your glue gun and you're going to just dab a little onto your wooden button. A dab will do ya. And you're going to place it somewhere where you think your little pumpkin's face should go. Like that. And you're going to give it a minute to dry. And while that's drying, you can start to work on your gnome's mustache. So I'm going to hand it over to Karen right now so she can help you out with that.
Thanks. Alrighty. So you would have received some twine. And so you want to maybe cut off, I guess it's about 4 or 5 inches. Okay, and you want to just keep this to the side. Then the rest of the twine, you're going to just wrap around your 4 fingers. Oop.
And it's enough to go around about 10 times.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm going to carefully slide it off. So it's kind of like circles. Then with the scissor, I'm going to cut
I'm not feeding yet.
So now you have pieces of twine laying side by side. Then with the that piece that I cut off, in the center you tie it. You knot it off. Okay. So in order to make everything look nice and neat, you put the mustache down and you get tape. Okay. And you put the tape on the edge. Okay. And you lift up. Okay. And then again with your scissor, you'll be able to cut it nice and straight. One side. And again, you lay everything down. Thanks. Use the tape. And peel it off the table. And then again, you use the scissor. Make everything straight. Okay. And now we have our little mustache. Okay. You have to use your hands to kind of mold it and shape it so it lays. Okay. And now, Liz is going to hold that. Then we would place it over the nose. Okay, so I know I want to put it here.
We'll put a dab of glue right on the back end of our little tie.
Okay.
And we'll glue it down. We're gonna let that dry. It only takes a couple of minutes with these glue guns, which is wonderful. And then we're gonna trim our hat a little bit so that, and I'll start playing with the hair. You can make your mustache hairs as long or as short as you want to. Karen's gonna trim her hat because we saved a really baby pumpkin for the demo. You know what? I'm gonna take this. Actually, so what I did to trim mine, because we kind of did it, we didn't measure it beforehand, is I just took the batting out and I'm just gonna cut across the top here just to make their hat a little bit smaller. And then I'll probably take out a little of the batting as well. And then when you go to glue the gnome hat on, you want to leave a little fabric like at the edges there. You don't need to necessarily like seal it down. You want to put the seam in the back. So we're going to do that. You don't necessarily, you're going to hide those two strands of your knot. And maybe you're going to put a little dab of glue right on top of the knot. And then you can just dot the glue around the pumpkin. But it doesn't necessarily, we found it doesn't necessarily have to be like glued all the way down. In fact, it looks better. Let me just put a couple of when it's sort of hanging loose. Your pumpkin's a little, his hat's a little loose on here. It just sort of looks more gnomish. It's not all neat and then you're gonna just sort of pat it down where you glued it. Camera so you can see your little done gnome. And there he is. This one needs a little more glue, a more time to be glued right there, but you can see there he is. Now you have your little pumpkin gnomes. You could do it on any size pumpkin as well. You can do a big one if you want and cut a big piece of fabric. And they just make a nice little cute Halloween decoration. So we hope you enjoyed our little demonstration today. Happy fall. Enjoy your pumpkin gnomes and have a great day.